guys, Mike Fury Tech. What I want to talk about today is a change that's happening to a particular software product, but it's in a certain segment of the industry called freemium software. Now, what a freemium product is you can download it literally for free. It's fully functional, so you can utilize it every day if you want. But what the vendor typically does is they add a premium tier where you can pay for it, and what you get out of it is enhanced capacity, enhanced functionality, things that hopefully add value to your use of the product while also funding the company. This is different from shareware. This is different from shareware, where with shareware you download the program and you're allowed to trial it for a certain period of time, at which point it loses functionality, and then you either got to discontinue use or pay for it. So freemium, it's like, hey, you know what, if you just want this basic functionality, go ahead and use it for free. If you want enhanced functionality, feel free to pay for it, and we'll better the product, and you become a special customer to us. We'll give you better support and extra doodads. So it's been a pretty good business model from a user perspective. I can't necessarily say that from a business perspective. But one product in particular that I've been using almost since its inception is a product called Evernote. And I've loved it. I've literally got thousands of notes in the product. It allows you to put pretty much anything in it, from text notes to sketches, PDFs, Word documents, and you can search within any of those. It can recognize handwriting, it can recognize text within PDFs. And over the years, some of that has shifted. For example, PDF searching is available only at the premium level. So if you're a freemium user, you don't get that functionality. Another thing you can do is there's an email address you get with your Evernote account, and you could send a document or a message to that email address, and it becomes part of your notes. That is also only available at the premium level, although that used to be available at the freemium level. So they've been slowly shifting things to the premium side, but they've always kept a base level of free functionality. That has now changed. So one of the things they've done now is you are limited to using it on 2 devices. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, that's not too bad. I got my phone and my iPad. Well, that also limits you to using it on your computer. So if you got a computer at work, computer at home, and you've had your Evernote on there, you're not going to put it on your phones. If you got it on your phone and your iPad, you're not going to put it on your computer unless you want to go pay premium. Now, again, I've been a premium user for a long time, so it doesn't really affect me. But they've also made changes on the premium side. So whereas before you had the free tier and the premium tier, I think last year sometime they added a middle tier now, which is almost the price of what the premium tier was, a little bit less, but has about half the functionality and a fraction of the capacity for upload. And now the premium tier has jumped up in price. And I'm starting to question, actually I did question whether or not this product is still holding value to me. Now, it's one of the fundamental issues with subscription software, right? From the business side, it's great because you have a recurring revenue model. You don't have these ebbs and flows of revenue coming in, whereas we've got a big update, people are going to buy it, and then we don't have nearly the cash flow for the next year. With a subscription model, you always have a monthly check coming in to continue your software development, continue your product development. The problem is, of course, from especially from a non-business, from a user perspective, that's something you got to budget every single month. So, and I don't mind necessarily doing that so long as it adds a certain level of value. Now, that level of value changes over time. For example, there was a time where a landline telephone was a good value. You needed it to communicate in the house. Well, for the last couple of years, I have not had a landline telephone because everybody in my house has a cell phone. You've always got it with you. So that came out, $30 a month savings there. You got to remember too, with any of these subscription models, just as with any bill you have, price goes up and up and up. Meanwhile, income levels don't go up like they used to either. So you got to kind of be a little discerning as to what you're paying for. I mean, I'm still paying right now for satellite television, although with all these other services coming out as far as ways to watch television, streaming, Netflix, now all the, like CBS has got their All Access. There's all these different ways you can get television shows. I imagine it's probably just a year or two before I completely cut out satellite television as well. But back to Evernote. I think they finally priced themselves to the point, without really adding a lot of extra value to me, that I no longer need it. So I started evaluating alternative products. And primarily I looked at Google Keep, I looked at Apple Notes, and I've been looking at OneNote. They're all very good products, actually. Google Keep has got a great presence on both Android and iOS. Definitely worth looking at. It's got good text notes. It's got the ability, if you have a stylus on your device, it's got a good ability to take sketching notes. OneNote, that's been around for pretty much forever, and Microsoft's made a real good effort with it. It originally wasn't a cloud product. It was a local note product on your PC that was kind of trying to find its niche in the world. Evernote kind of found its niche for it, and Microsoft has turned around and made it a decent cloud product by putting their notebooks on their OneDrive space. And I've been testing it as I did with, or I've been trying to use it like I have with Evernote by running it on multiple devices, multiple machines, and I've had no sync issues so far. It's cross-platform. I've got it on Android, I've got it on iOS, I've got it on my Mac, and I've got it on my PC, and so far it's been working brilliantly. You can even search within PDFs. I really haven't found a way to get it to search within Word documents yet, so I'm still working on that. And the only other thing that OneNote's missing that Evernote did have is the ability to geolocate tags. So Evernote used to tag where you made your note, and you could pull it up on a map. That was really more neat than anything. It didn't really add a lot of value, and actually I'm having a hard time finding it in the desktop version of Evernote, so I'm starting to think they're deprecating that as well. And then there's Apple Notes, which actually is very lean, very efficient. I like it. It's almost where I want it to be, but the one thing it's lacking is cross-platform. I can't really use it on a PC without going to Apple's website, and I can't use it on an Android at all. So as much as I like it, I kind of had to scratch that out, which kind of left me down to Google Keep and OneNote. Google Keep's okay. It's on the desktop, though, you're going to be going through Google's browser, like most Google apps. And again, it's Google, so there's data mining going on and all that. So at the end of the day, I've kind of started to switch over all my Evernotes into OneNote. Microsoft has come out with a OneNote migration tool, which actually works surprisingly well. What I started to do was just import one of my notebooks at a time into OneNote, so it gives me a chance to sort of curate what I'm bringing in, sort where I want to put them, and that's been working out very well. So far so good with OneNote. And the best part about OneNote, since I've already got a OneDrive subscription, it's completely free. Not as in you get it with Office, as in Microsoft has made it completely free. And there's also a certain level, I think it's 5 gigs of drive space that Microsoft gives you with OneDrive. So you could even use the synchronization ability completely free. You don't have the email address that you got with Evernote to send data into it. I rarely used it, but if you do use it, that may be an issue for you. But overall, I mean, again, I like Evernote, but I feel like they priced themselves out of the market. I mean, we're talking about notes here. I mean, just literally keeping notes that you want to search later. I don't want to pay $70 a year for that, which is what the premium level's up to at this point. And now they've got the freemium part down to where it's really kind of useless with 2 devices. So I wish them well. I don't like their new model. I mean, I see what they were trying to do was trying to get more to free people to move into the premium side, but then they priced the premium side up, so instead they're chasing some of us premium users away. So anyway, that's my take on Evernote. Where I'm going, I'm moving over to OneNote for now. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing with it. So that's it. Again, if you like this video, please click like. If you like what I'm doing here, please click subscribe. And that's it. Have a great night.